For us, Hero 7 has at least two things that are very important to us. The first one is really that we consider it to be the best of Heroes. In that, we really wanted to design this game as I was using the image of a best of album of a rock band. So all the best features from the previous Heroes games combined together to create a new offer that's an organic whole that makes sense. So it's not only copy pasting features, it's really integrating them into a system that works. And to decide which features would go into the game, it was obviously us at Ubisoft, also the people at Limbic developing the game, but also the community. We consulted the community in various ways. First, by looking at all the forums and all the discussions that are happening within the community, so just being observers and taking notes. Then by consulting very early in the development of Hero 7 our VIP fans who have been with us for years and are really involved as soon as a new Might Magic project is launched. And then when the Shadow Council website was open to the public at Gamescom last year, by having features being voted by the community to make sure that we were in line with them about what their vision of the perfect or the best possible heroes was. Obviously, because we have a huge community and they're even within themselves, they're divided on, I would rather have this from Hero 3 or Heroes 4, Heroes 5 or whatever. Sometimes there are people who say, no, Hero 7 is not the best because the best is another Heroes. But really the majority of them are in line with the design decisions we've made for this game. And this is a game made really for the fans and with them. That's really the spirit of Hero 7. So the best of Heroes on one side, and on the second side, the fact that the community is really actively involved as much as we can. I think for Ubisoft it's really a premiere to do that. No other Ubisoft game has done it before, to really before alpha, when the game is just a demo that we showed Gamescom, say to people, come in, we share everything we do, how we do it, why we do it, and then you can comment, then you can interact with us, you can express your views. Of course we may disagree, but we'll explain why, etc. So really we do this game with you, and not just we give you a final product in the box when it's over, and we then do a sort of play test with the live players and know what you like and don't like. We really try to think of independently of each game, because yes, Hero 3 is considered to be like a perfection incarnate and you cannot ever compete with it, etc. But there's also a strong part of nostalgia and the fact that you were playing this game in 1999. So players' expectations have changed, obviously. There are things that the other Might Magic games have done that are really good and interesting and people like it. I'm thinking, for instance, of the caravans that were brought by Heroes 4. I'm thinking of a couple of features that were brought by Heroes 5, especially the fact that the factions were a little bit more specialized. The concept of the skill wheel for the hero was appreciated in Heroes 5. In Heroes 6, the area of control was something that people felt, majority of people felt, was giving more strategic interest to the adventure map. So we really independently look at all the features and say, do we really want to keep it? Is it a keeper, or is it something that can change from one game to the other, doesn't have to be there? For instance, the reputation system, we were very proud of it for Heroes 6. We had high ambitions and hopes for this system, and we realized that most of the players enjoyed it, but not that much, and for them it was not part of the core Heroes experience. So it's not in Heroes 7. That's part of the decisions we made. Basically, was it a good system? Was it important? So if it was a good system or a good idea like the reputation, but not really part of the DNA of the brand, forget it. If it was a system that failed to be good, people didn't like it at all, like some things in Hero 6 related, for instance, to how troops were generated and hired, considered as just a resource that was common to all your kingdom, and it was different from all the other games. People didn't like it. The fact that in Hero 6 the spells and the skills were merged into just one system of ability and talents, they didn't like it. So really, that's how we made our first selection. It was really mostly about what was the community's reaction to these features in these various games. For instance, in Heroes 4, the fact that the heroes were on the battlefield actively fighting against the monsters and not on the rear like generals. Some people liked it, including me and a couple of guys from Ubisoft who enjoyed Heroes 4, but it's not part of the DNA of the brand again. People really think of Heroes as my hero is standing on the rear and acting as a support. So that's how we made the first, let's say, game design document of Heroes 7. And then there were a couple of things on which we were not so sure. So we proposed it to the VIP fans or to the community as a whole for votes.